Look, getting older is a fact of life, but aging gracefully, that's a choice. And it all starts with taking care of your body. You see that woman struggling to get out of her chair? That could be you in a few years if you're not careful. Because what you don't know is that some of the exercises you're doing, the ones you think are keeping you young, are actually making you weaker. We're talking about exercises that seem harmless, maybe even beneficial, but are secretly wreaking havoc on your joints, your muscles, and your overall mobility. These exercises are ticking time bombs, and today, we're diffusing them. If you're over 60 and still doing these 5 exercises, stop now. They're secretly destroying your leg strength, and I'm going to tell you exactly why and what to do instead.
Let's talk about seated leg extensions. This exercise is often seen as a staple in many gym routines, especially for those looking to strengthen their quadriceps. Now, this one's a classic. You see it in almost every gym, and it's especially popular among seniors who want to keep their legs strong. You see folks at the gym, legs pumping up and down, thinking they're building those quads. They believe it's a straightforward way to target the muscles in their thighs. But here's the cold, hard truth. This exercise puts excessive strain on your knees. The movement is not as natural as it seems, and the stress it places on the knee joint can be quite damaging. We're talking about unnatural stress on the joint, the kind that wears down cartilage and leads to pain, inflammation, and a whole lot of regret. Over time, this can result in chronic knee issues that are hard to reverse. You see, as we age, our joints need a little extra TLC. They aren't as resilient as they used to be, and they require more careful handling to stay healthy. They're not what they used to be, and that's okay. It's a natural part of aging, but it means we need to adapt our exercise routines accordingly. But hammering them with seated leg extensions is like driving a car with worn-out shocks. Eventually, something's got to give. The constant pounding can lead to significant wear and tear.
I had a woman on my show, Martha, 72 years young. She was vibrant and full of life, always looking for ways to stay active and healthy. She was doing these leg extensions 3 times a week, thinking it was the best way to keep her legs strong and fit, thinking she was doing her body good. She felt confident and believed she was on the right track. Well, Martha ended up with knee pain so bad she could barely walk to the mailbox. She was devastated. And Martha is not alone. Many seniors face similar issues when they overdo it with exercises that aren't joint-friendly. I hear stories like this all the time. People come to me with tales of how their well-intentioned workouts led to unexpected injuries. People pushing themselves with exercises that are doing more harm than good. So what's the alternative? How can we stay fit without risking our joint health? Well, instead of seated leg extensions, try seated leg presses or standing calf raises. These exercises are much kinder to your knees. These exercises work the same muscle groups without putting undue stress on your knees. They allow you to build strength safely and effectively. Remember, it's about working smarter, not harder. By choosing the right exercises, you can stay fit and protect your joints at the same time.
Now let's talk about deep squats. And when I say deep, I mean going down past 90 degrees. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Phil, squats are a natural movement. We squat all the time. And you're right, they are. But there's a big difference between squatting down to pick up a newspaper and loading up a barbell and dropping it low. Deep squats, especially with added weight, can put tremendous pressure on your knees and your lower back. We're talking about potential for injuries that can sideline you for weeks, months, even years. And let's be honest, nobody's got time for that.
I had a gentleman on my show, John, 68 years old, former athlete, always prided himself on his fitness. John was convinced that deep squats were the key to staying young. Well, John ended up with a herniated disc, and let me tell you, he was not doing any squatting after that. The truth is, as we age, our spines become more susceptible to injury. The discs that cushion our vertebrae can start to degenerate, and deep squats can exacerbate this process. So what's the solution? Stick to half squats or wall sits. These exercises still engage your leg muscles without putting excessive strain on your lower back.
Let's talk about toe touches, or as I like to call them, back breakers. Now this one's a real doozy. Standing there reaching for your toes, you might think you're increasing your flexibility. But what you're really doing is putting your lower back and hamstrings at risk.
You see, as we age, our hamstrings naturally lose some of their elasticity. And when you force them into a deep stretch like a toe touch, you're essentially asking for trouble. You're putting undue stress on the muscles and tendons, which can lead to strains, tears, and a whole lot of pain.
I had a woman on my show, Linda, 70 years young, always been active, loved her yoga. She was determined to keep touching her toes, no matter what. Well, Linda ended up with chronic back pain that radiated down her legs. It turned out she had a bulging disc. And those toe touches? They were a major contributing factor.
So what's the alternative? Instead of toe touches, try seated forward bends or hamstring stretches. These exercises allow you to control the stretch and avoid putting unnecessary stress on your lower back.
Now, let's talk about high-impact jumping exercises. These are the kinds of workouts that really get your blood pumping and your muscles working. They are often recommended for their cardiovascular benefits and their ability to burn calories quickly. We're talking about jumping jacks, jump squats, burpees, anything that involves your feet leaving the ground with force. These exercises are popular in many fitness routines because they are effective and can be done without any special equipment. Now, I know, these exercises get your heart rate up, they make you sweat, they make you feel like you're really working for it. There's a certain satisfaction that comes from pushing your body to its limits and feeling that post-workout high. But here's the thing. They're also a recipe for disaster, especially for seniors. As we age, our bodies don't recover as quickly and the risk of injury increases significantly. High-impact exercises can be particularly dangerous because they put a lot of stress on the joints and bones.
As we age, our bones become more brittle, our joints stiffen up, and our balance isn't what it used to be. This means that the impact from jumping can lead to serious injuries, such as fractures, sprains, and strains. It's not just about the immediate pain, but the long-term recovery and the potential for chronic issues. So, when you're landing from a jump, you're putting a tremendous amount of stress on your ankles, knees, hips, and spine. This can lead to wear and tear on the joints, and over time, it can cause significant damage. It's important to be mindful of the impact that these exercises have on your body, and that's a recipe for sprains, strains, fractures, and a whole lot of pain. It's not just about the immediate injury, but the long-term effects that can impact your quality of life. Recovery can be slow and painful, and it can take a toll on your overall health and well-being.
I had a gentleman on my show, Robert, 65 years old, always been active, loved to play basketball with his buddies. He was in great shape and always looking for ways to stay fit. He figured jumping jacks were a good way to warm up before his games. Well, one day Robert landed wrong and snap. He fractured his ankle. It was a shocking and painful experience for him, and it really made him rethink his approach to exercise. It was a clean break, but it took him months to recover. During that time, he couldn't play basketball, he couldn't stay active, and it affected his overall health and mood. It was a tough lesson, but it taught him the importance of choosing the right exercises for his age and fitness level.
So, what's the alternative? Instead of high-impact jumping exercises, try low-impact options like step-ups, which are easier on the joints and still provide a good workout. These exercises can be just as effective in improving your fitness without the risk of injury. Marching in place or even just walking. These exercises will still get your heart rate up and improve your cardiovascular health without putting undue stress on your joints. It's all about finding the right balance and choosing exercises that are safe and effective for your body.
Let's talk about those inner and outer thigh machines, the ones that seem to promise a quick fix for those stubborn areas on your legs. The ones where you sit there and squeeze your legs together or push them apart. They're often marketed as the ultimate solution for toning your thighs. Now, these machines might look fancy, they might make you feel like you're targeting those trouble spots, and they might even give you a sense of accomplishment after a workout. But here's the truth, they're a waste of your time and energy. They don't deliver the results you're hoping for, and can even lead to frustration.
You see, these machines isolate a very specific muscle group, and they don't translate well to functional strength. They focus on such a narrow range of motion that it doesn't benefit your overall fitness. In other words, they don't help you move better in your everyday life. Functional strength is what really matters, and these machines fall short in that department. They don't make it easier to get up from a chair, climb stairs, or carry groceries. These are the real-life activities that require strength and mobility, and to top it off, they can actually contribute to hip issues. Over time, the repetitive motion can strain your hips and lead to chronic pain.
I had a woman on my show, Susan, 74 years old, always been self-conscious about her inner thighs. She was diligent about using these machines, thinking they were her ticket to toned legs. She thought those machines were the answer to her prayers. She used them religiously, hoping to see a transformation. Well, Susan ended up with hip pain so bad she could barely walk. Her dedication to those machines backfired in the worst way possible. It turned out she had developed bursitis in her hip, and those inner thigh machines, they were a major contributing factor. The repetitive strain had taken a toll on her body. They were a major contributing factor. Instead of helping her, they had caused significant harm.
So, what's the alternative? Instead of wasting your time on those machines, try exercises that work multiple muscle groups at the same time, like side leg raises, clamshells, or even just squats and lunges. These exercises engage your core, improve your balance, and build real strength. These exercises will help you build functional strength, improve your balance, and keep your hips healthy. They are far more effective in enhancing your overall fitness and ensuring you can move with ease in your daily life.
So there you have it, folks. 5 exercises you need to stop doing if you want to maintain your strength, mobility, and independence as you age. Remember, aging is a privilege, but it's up to you to do it gracefully. By avoiding these exercises and incorporating the alternatives, you can keep your legs strong, your body healthy, and your spirit young. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these exercises were you doing? Were you surprised to learn about the risks? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family. Let's help each other stay strong and active for years to come. And if you want more tips on senior fitness, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Remember, age is just a number, and it's never too late to take control of your health. Avoid these 5 exercises, try the alternatives, and keep your legs strong for years to come. Which of these exercises were you doing? Comment below, like and share to help a senior stay strong.